Destination: the ancient Angkor Wat Temple, a place I visited in 2006 that is mysterious, intriguing, and nothing short of amazing. I was very happy to be setting out for another trip to Cambodia. This time the annual staff trip, and we're flying straight to Siem Reap. It's a cloudy day in Hong Kong. And after the usual coffee, we're soon heading out to the plane. Another adventure begins, this time to Angkor Wat. It's a Dragonair flight. 3 hours later, we're picking up a $10 taxi to take us to our hotel. This time I'm joined by Rebecca, Stephen and Tabris. And it's a beautiful day in Cambodia, though it's very hot. Soon arrived at the Royal Crown Hotel. $30 for a double room, including breakfast. We were just in time for a lunch of tom yum soup, noodles, chicken and vegetables, and a young coconut. Then off we go to explore, after another coffee at Costa. Nice place. Tabris doing the accounts. The joys of life. Then a quick look at the shops and a look around. Interesting. We then planned to take a river trip that didn't involve too much walking. On our way, our driver wanted to show us his village. This is his house. Mainly farmers here. Hammocks in the living room. And the crop is lotus fruit and roots, which they grow in ponds and sell by the roadside, as well as taking them to market. This is the fruit. This is the crop. And this is the farmer. The supermarket nearby, actually the corner shop. We're heading toward the place where the river boats depart. On arriving, get the tickets. The tourist business here all organized. I figure there were about half a dozen middlemen. Then off to get the boat. Looking forward to seeing river life. Already getting opportunities to meet the local people and see a little of the culture. So we clamber aboard. I think this is going to be fun. Reminds me a little of the river boats in Burma. the long propeller at the back. Off we go. Life vest not necessary. The crocs will eat you before you drown. Just joking. They have all the food they want. I shot one later, so keep watching. Get a few shots? Here comes a boat like ours. We're on the Siem River that runs from Siem Reap to Tonle Sap Lake. Some people taking a swim, maybe taking a bath. Looking at what's happening in the river and on the banks is in itself an insight and education.
That's the local people living there. They are fishermen, living fishing.
The river actually super busy today, tourist season. It's certainly not a leisurely cruise down the river. It's more exciting than that. But it's a place where we need to be keenly observing, taking in every aspect of life here. It's certainly different. The river, a little wild, but everybody's having fun.
So going up the Siem Reap River and going up to visit some villages and see a little of the life here on Tonle Sap Lake.
I mentioned the flooding. This building gives us an idea of how high the floodwaters rise. The depth now is 2 meters. In the summer, the floods rise to 10 meters. That's a rise of 8 meters or 26 feet. So every year, an additional 12,000 square kilometers are flooded.
You know, from here to also how big this lake? They have 235 kilometer long way and then 145 wide.
What happens? From May to October, the Mekong floods, and part of it flows north into the Tonle Sap River, which runs from the Mekong in the south to Tonle Sap Lake in the north. Thus, the Tonle Sap Lake is greatly enlarged. In November, as the dry season starts, it reverses and flows south for 6 months into the Mekong and out to sea. As usual, we get to stop off and look around. A Burmese python makes a pretty scarf, but keep it away from the baby. Photo time. That's Angkor Wat on the national flag. We didn't bother with shopping, but there was one other thing to see. You guessed it, a Siamese freshwater croc. so I wasn't joking about their presence. But still, little kids swim in the lake. I love being on the water and thoroughly enjoyed the few hours exploring, observing and interacting. The trip back was relaxing, if a little undulating. This boat's called the Titanic. This lady off to sell her things in the market. One of the highlights of the trip is the sunset, but today was too cloudy. It's sometimes spectacular. It's been a fascinating trip. Next time we head into Siem Reap for dinner. An experience which is as good, if not better, than the river trip. Great food. Interesting sights, shopping, eating, and taking a stroll.